Hey Patreon, I just realized I forgot to say ballers in the original video. Here, Kurt, smack my hand. That was a bad one. Do it again. What the fuck? Come on.
I'm trying to look through the camera.
That's because I didn't say ballers. I was supposed to do that. It's on me. All right, now again, this is going to be a little bit of a rehash, I know, but stick with me because I want you guys to be successful. And that piece of advice I just gave, I don't know if I did a very good job of giving it, but I think it's very, very true. As far as what the monetary issues are with this business. So, let's go over a few other things I didn't cover in there. And that's picking your genetics. So, like, we talked about using recessives and using supers and using the visuals to increase your odds, but picking the actual genes you use is very important too. What I mean is, well, let's talk about that scaleless head. And I'd show him to you, but I checked on him. He tried to bite me 3 times, and he's pressing against the female. I don't really want to interrupt him because I'd like to see him get his first lock. But, you know, if I'd have jumped in the scaleless head when it was $10,000 or $15,000 or $30,000, one, A, I couldn't, and B, the amount of pressure I'd feel to produce from that would be immense. So I wasn't interested in that. But I jumped into that snake, and I think I can tell y'all what I paid. I think I paid, what was it, $1,300, Kurt?
I think that or $1,250.
$1,250 or $1,300, somewhere in that neighborhood. We paid for that, and we did get a good deal. I'm a whore. I'll just throw that out there right now. If you guys haven't figured that out by now, I might as well tell you. So, you know, we got a good deal with the condition that we planned on doing an unboxing video and, you know, all of that. Now, I did tell them that, you know, we wouldn't do an unboxing video live because there's always a chance of something going wrong in shipping, and I didn't want to have a risk of a company who has a good reputation. You open a box and there'd be a dead snake alive, and, you know, and not give them a chance to fix it. So we didn't have that. The snake arrived great. They did a great job. Constriction addiction was awesome. But we gave them an honest review. We did an unboxing video with their snake. We name dropped them. We did all that kind of good stuff. And I parlayed that little bit of extra advertising in for them into a discount. I did do that. And I'll admit to it. I'll own it. I'm a whore. But that's good for you guys because just because I'm a whore, that's why we got discounts on Herpstat. That's also why we got you discounts on TGR Racks. That's why I'm working on getting additional Patreon benefits from another breeder, which I'm going to talk to you guys about. We got to finish some details on that. And there's another company I'm in the works with now to get you a discount for too. So me being a whore is helpful to all. Like, you know, I'll just give it and take it for everybody, I guess. Not get your mind out together. I wasn't supposed to be dirty. It kind of was, but, you know. But we got into that at the right time. You know, and I know paying $1,200 for it, I know I'm not going to sell those scale sets for $1,200. I think that's where people get this idea that the market's terrible. They get into something like that, and they think they're going to breed it, and for us it's one season, and they think they're going to get the same out of it. And I see that all the time. Or they don't anticipate how much it's going to drop. It's going to drop. It dropped since I bought it the first season, like this last year, and then coming in this next season, it's going to drop again. And I'm not going to sell, even though I'll hit combo babies, we're not going to be selling them for $1,000 a baby. I'm looking around at what I'm putting scaleless head to, and I don't know, I mean, let's see here, Kurt. Scaleless head Killer B, that one, what's the best thing we could hit there? Killer Spin scaleless head? Yeah. Scaleless head's a Lemon Blast too for everybody that's not new here. It's a Lemon Blast scaleless head. So we can hit a Killer Spin scaleless head. That might be approaching that $1,000 mark still. I don't know. It looks like Killer Spin's got some value to it along with the scaleless head, especially as a female. You know, but that would probably be the only one there. And then we're also sticking it to the Champagne. Again, that's a clutch because I want to. All right? I'll be honest. I want to see what that does. I think a scaleless, like pastel Champagne would be very gorgeous. You know, but there's probably not $1,000 there in single babies. And I think that's the only 2 we have it listed out right now. Or am I missing one? No, I am missing one. We have it to the Fire Yellow Belly. Although we may take it off of that one, depending on how our vote works out, and put something else there. I only want to work into 3. And that Fire Yellow Belly, again, I think that's something I just want to do because I think scaleless Fire Yellow Bellies would be intense. Not a huge money. It's going to have good money in there, but will it be great money? No, it'll be things that'll sell. So picking your genetics, so like you have to understand when you buy that $1,000 snake, you're not going to get $1,000 out of its babies. Okay. If you're expecting I'm going to invest 1,000, then in a year breed it and get 1,000 for all its babies per baby, you're wrong. You're just wrong. 90% of the time. Okay, 90% of the time. There's some things that you can bank on that. Pies. You can bank on, I'm going to buy a pied for $350, and in a year I'm going to breed it to 3 other pied females and probably get about $350 a pied. Yeah, you probably will. That's pretty much been a steady market. But on that high-end stuff, it doesn't always work that way. So you're going to have to experience and be prepared for that financial drop. But let's do a little math before you get to the sky is falling. So let's say I take that scaleless head. I paid $1,200 for it. I put it to 3 females. They all produce, giving me 18 eggs. 9 of them get scaleless head. Let's say the scaleless head market, somebody just takes a squat and just takes a huge shat on it right there. Worst than we can imagine. This isn't going to happen. But let's just say it did. Let's say I can only get $200 per scaleless head. Oh my God! Fucking sucks, right? Well, do the math. 900 times 2 is 1,800. I still made my investment back plus 800 and have 9 other snakes. So you're not going to get hurt. Like, that's the point I'm going to make, is even on that drastic of a decrease, you're going to be fine. You just are. So you got to get away from that sky is falling standpoint. Know the drop is coming. Embrace it on those new genes and be prepared. Now, there's a whole nother section of genes I want you to think about. Because those genes kind of come in financial levels. Ding, 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 ding. And that is things like GHI. GHI is a really popular gene right now. It's held its price pretty good. And people are putting it to a lot of stuff. It is going to drop, not as drastically, because it makes really beautiful combos. GHI is a great gene to work with for that. Your old school recessives, you're now buying those. Been holding value pretty good. They've gone down a little bit, not crazy. Your pies have been holding value really good. Great thing to work with. Xanthic, I've seen actually an uptick in value on Xanthic. So that's really good. Like there for a while, they were only slightly more than Ghost. Ghost being probably the worst recessive as far as price goes. Fuck, they're beautiful. And I think Ghost will see an increase too as it's getting more and more attention. So like I think you'll see those kind of come up. The Xanthic is holding pretty good because of a handful of people that really work with it. Then you've got other genes that you have to look at that.
We got Clown.
Oh yeah, Clown's been pretty stable. Actually, Clown's taken a big hit lately, I think. Clown has gone down in value in the last year to an extent, but is it, you still getting your money? Hell yeah, you're still getting your money. Like, it's still there from a business standpoint, and it's still good. Then there's other genes, like for us, it's Blitz. I'm waiting to finish a few Blitz projects. I think I can blow it up. I think Blitz is one that will actually increase. And people are like, no, things will increase. They can, but you got to build buzz. Look at JKR. I point to JKR a lot. If there was a business in this hobby other than myself, just kidding, that I kind of idolize a little bit, is JKR. And I'm not afraid to say it. I've never told him that because I don't think I need to make his head big or anything. I don't know. He's a down-to-earth guy. At times I'm mad at him. He's pretty cool. But, he was able to take a gene that really nobody gave 2 shits about in Red Stripe. Nobody gave a fuck about Red Stripe. Like, you hear Red Stripe and you think of those stupid Jamaican for beer commercials, if you're as old as me. But you just look down and like, it looks like a pile of shit. Okay, it looks not much different than a normal, fuck Red Stripe. And you move on with your day. Like, that's how it was treated. It was treated like this kind of throwaway gene. And he took it, and he worked with it, and he played with it, and he got some things out and into it, and he made something really cool, and he waited, and he went, boom, look at the Magma and the Pompeii. And people, like, lost their fucking shit. And then what's he doing? He's got a whole handful of red stripes. Oh, you want to get into this? Here's all these red stripes that are no longer throwaways because you got to have them to make this. He created that market, right? And then red stripe went from, what were you seeing them at, Kurt?
Like 600.
And what were you seeing them at before that?
I don't know.
About $100.
Probably.
Yeah, and it sat there for 6 months. So like it went boom, boom overnight. So my point is, if you can identify genetics that you think, and don't go by what I think. Remember, I'm also the guy who's selling stuff to you. So like, what I think is because, I'm going to be honest with you. For me, it's Blitz. I haven't ever hid that. When that came about, I thought Blitz was cool. Thought I could do some cool shit with it. I hate the Blitz Calico, and I was like, what the fuck is that? So that's where that comes in for me, and I added some things in there, and I believe in that project 100% that cool things are coming. I would say every bit as cool as a Magma or Pompeii in my eyes. But what's good for my eyes may not appeal to the general public the way those did. That remains to be seen. So sometimes you got to take some of those simple genes that you see that aren't going for a shit ton of money. You know, Blitz goes for about $200, I think, is what we were getting out of them. I remember right. I had to look back at my records, and which is more than what they were getting for them a few years ago. I've actually seen an increase in Blitz since we started working with it. Not saying it's because of us, but it's because of us. Nobody else works with Blitz until we, you know what I mean? Like, the people we got it from was telling me, hell, we can't hardly sell these. And now they move them really easy because people have seen what it can do. But as that progresses, you're going to have to find genes that you like, that you look at and say, damn, if I use it in this way, nobody's done that before. I wonder what's going to happen. Or I wonder what I can do with this. You know, maybe you're doing something with a gene that kind of gets forgotten about. Give me an example, Kurt, of something you could think of that gets kind of forgotten about.
Ghost.
Ghost! That's a good one, actually, because nothing's been done with Ghost, right? I don't think it has. You hit the right Ghost combo, maybe you're the one that pushes Ghost up. I think there's more potential there. Other genes I see that nobody really works with is heteroxanthic. It does some cool stuff. I don't own it, but it kind of just says, oh yeah, heteroxanthic, it's out there. You know, but there's things that can be done with those genes to take them kind of off of that kind of second, I don't want to say second tier, but kind of off that mainstream sideline and put them into the mainstream, like what happened with the red stripe. The question I have on that, and I don't know the answer, is what's the staying power? And what I mean is, what's red stripe going to be worth in a couple seasons from now? I don't think it's going to hold. Here's why I don't think it's going to hold. Because if you're not really in that first tier of it, you know, it's going to be kind of difficult. And what I mean is, there's people sitting on red stripe who are like, holy shit, red stripe went up, and they bred the shit out of it. Trust me, they did. And then, you know, there's going to be just this plethora of red stripe released, and it won't be hard to get a hold of, causing that combo to come down. Or not that combo, but that single gene to kind of plummet. And then you're going to hear people bitch and grumble. But it's a predictable curve. Now, does that mean that's going to happen with Blitz too? I don't know. I don't think as many people have Blitz that wasn't out there as long. But maybe. It might. But here's the cool thing. When you're playing with these kind of genes, if you invest at $200, okay, and you blow something up, then you're the one who's going to make the killing off of it. If you invest in, let's say it was red stripe, and went from 100 to 600, say you invest when it blows up and you pay $600-700 for one, and it does drop, but again, you put that to 3 females, even if you're only getting $100 a piece, you're still making your money and a profit on top of it. So you really can't hurt other than losing the snake or losing eggs or those kind of catastrophes happening. One thing I want you guys to know is, as part of Patreon, you have my ear. If you have a question about a gene or what I think about a particular gene, feel free to ask me. I'm going to give you an honest answer. That answer may be, I don't know, I've never worked with that. You've probably heard me say that a lot, and if I haven't, fuck, I haven't. Because there's some things I've dodged, and I dodged them on purpose. I've dodged cinnamon completely on purpose. Why? It's too similar to black pastel, and I'm working black pastel. Don't need it. I've dodged bamboo on purpose. Why? It's really similar to lesser, and I've got enough of the Bell complex shit. I don't need any more Bell complex. I've dodged Woma. Again, I got so much spider, I don't need Woma coming in here and muddying the waters and getting that all screwed up. So there are things I dodge and that I've never worked with. So I'm not going to have those answers. But if it's something I've worked with or something I've seen, I'm going to give you an honest answer on what I think it can do, whether it's look or monetary you want to know about. Please ask me. I'm going to do my best. What I'm not going to ever answer is you go, hey, I got this snake. What do I pair to it? I'm going to say, because I don't know what you like. I'm going to say, pair whatever you want to it. If you give me a few options, hey, I got this snake and I'm thinking about this snake or this snake, what would you pair to it and why? I can answer that. That's the way to ask me that, because well, I would use this because of X, Y, Z. But if you use this, you can look at this and this too. I'll tell you my favorite, and I'll give you kind of my personal breakdown and thoughts on it. You may think I'm a dumbass and do something totally different. If you do, that's fine, because the whole point of this is we all are going to have different opinions, and we're all going to want to do different things. And if everybody did the exact same thing, this hobby would be boring to shit. So let's not all do that anyway. But anyway, guys, that's really all I've got to expand. So what it really boils down to be a successful picking your pairings and breeding is making what you want, making sure that your clutches are going to produce animals that you think you can sell, working your recessives and working your supers and things like that, and then picking the genes that you choose to work with based on what you think you can do with it. You know, and I'll be honest, like when I chose Blitz and I chose to put it to Calico, I expected something cool. I did. I had an idea that I could make the Blitz really cool with Calico. Now, I did not expect what it did. It reacted in a way I didn't anticipate, so that was kind of cool. I also put it to Champagne one year, and it actually reacted with Champagne like I thought it would. The problem was I wanted it to add pattern. It added pattern, but it didn't add as much pattern as Inchy. So for my eyes, Inchy to Champagne was a better combo than Blitz to Champagne, which is why the next year I did Inchy to Champagne. Right? Makes sense. But it's I picked it with that in mind. It just worked out different than I thought. Kurt, anything you want to add about picking pairings?
No.
You don't want to talk about like how to make Dumbo rats and how to make hairless rats and
Yeah, hairless rats are pretty cool.
what do I call them? Nutsack rats. They look like a scrotum. Like seriously, like old man scrotum. Like just it's fucking disgusting. And when they poop, it's the grossest. You want to see the nastiest thing in the world? Watch a hairless rat take a shit. Like it's. You ever watch the episode of South Park where they're cramming food up their butt and crapping out their mouth? It just kind of looks like that. It is gross. But what else would you do in your rats, Kurt? Let's have you talk on this.
What do you mean?
Like, what's your favorite rat combo? How do you pick your rat combos?
I don't know. I like the ones with less pattern and maybe some pattern on their faces or heads.
Like the hoodeds? You know what they call those?
No, that's too much pattern on their head. I just want like a patch or something on their eyes.
Oh, remember when you were making those Harry Potter rats?
Yeah.
Can you still make Harry Potters?
Yeah.
I called them Harry Potters. He had one that looked just like Harry Potter until I killed it. And I said, oh man, this looks like Harry Potter. I threw it in a case like that, fuck. But they had like almost a little lightning bolt mark on their face. I probably should not have killed that rat, should I?
I have more of them.
With a little mark?
Yeah.
You should like... Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, this is what you guys got to understand for building excitement. Kurt needs to do this, now that I know he's got more of those. He needs to breed that trait, see if he can make it where he can pass it on consistently. And if he can, he should brand them as Harry Potter rats and sell Harry Potters. And then a Harry Potter rat is worth more than any other fucking regular rat, because who doesn't want a fucking rat with a Harry Potter on its face? Like the little lightning bolt scar. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want that? I mean, so you have pet Harry Potter rats. And so the difference in a pet rat and a feeder rat is retail $5 for a feeder rat, retail $15 for a pet rat, right?
Yep.
It increases the value 3 times, Kurt. Why aren't you marketing Harry Potter rats?
Because I'm marketing snakes.
Okay, I'll give you that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll quit yelling at Kurt. Please, if you have questions, ask me. And if you want to know pairings, give me some options so I can give you some direction, as opposed to just what do I put to this, because it's going to come down to your eye, not mine. And I will help you any way I can, of course. We love each and every one of you. We'll see you next week.